It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC East. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Here's Avery Williams on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Right to the air, it's Hurts. He's on the move. He's running with it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
On first down, Hurts. It is caught left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
First play throw in for Prescott. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing again is Dak. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back-to-back carries here. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by Jalen Carter. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They sure are moving in early, Brock. Here's a new set of downs at the opposing 43. First down, here's Dak. That's Lamb running the slant. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
They give it to him again. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
From the 18 on 2nd down. Touchdown, Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now for the second time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you got to imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Oh, they're going option to the left side on 2nd. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Buying some time right. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. They're across the 40. Nice run here. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Completed over the middle. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by Deron Bland.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
From the 33 on 2nd down. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the 2nd. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. This This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Hurts throwing again. He's got it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Here's Hurts. He's on the move. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Eagles take a 2nd quarter lead. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. Dallas sending its offense out for the 2nd time this game. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give on the counter. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Dak now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Cowboys punting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Anger on now. Starts the return at the 34. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Eagles will take possession. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Hurts setting up to throw. It's incomplete. Risky throw to the sideline. They're lucky that defender didn't keep on going down the sideline there. It's going to be 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing here, Hurts. Escape. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
You know, when we watch the combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. It's taken in by Lamb. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Plowing up the middle. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Prescott here from the gun. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be their football. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Hurts to throw. He's got Smith. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Braden Mann on the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Absolutely crushed his 1st punt, and here's another huge one. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. They're out and set. 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st and 10, Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Cowboys signaling for their 1st time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Cut out left. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Zach Bond with the tackle. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Running right, it's Williams. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. They'll go with another punt, which brings Brian Anger back to the field. Avery Williams on to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they're going to take over possession. They've got first down from the 31. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's going to be second down.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
That pass caught by Dotson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Hurts looking to throw. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Second and 3 now. Hurts now from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
A play fake, now Hurts to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
You know, these third and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on third and short, they can't get the job done.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
When you talk to kickers about kicking field goals of this length, they will tell you, Kate, you got to keep it a little lower and you got to drive it. But you still got to be accurate. Basically, all the pieces got to come together like they just did to hit from that distance.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. All right, snap and a quick kneel down, and the final few seconds are going to lapse here in our first half. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback. That's Jalen Hurts. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the Cowboy offense for the opening possession of the third. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Ferguson there to bring it in. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Zach Bond with the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 4. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. To throw, Prescott. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll run the counter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throw complete to Lamb. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Dak off the play fake. Completed here to Pickens. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. It's Dotson on the catch. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Motion man left is Brown. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
1st down throwing for Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing here, Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle them up before it came to fruition.
Second down now, 7 to go. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with third down and 6 to go.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Slot man in motion left. On third down, it's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
So that field goal gonna have to wait a little bit longer. That's the end of our third quarter. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. First field goal was good. His second look from inside of 45 yards. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Kate, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Cowboys about set to take over. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Dak out of the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be touchdown right at the line, so no gain on the play.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Dak to the air here. Setting up the running back screen. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Working from the pistol, Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Dak throwing again. This ball's cut by Pickens. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Another throw for Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Brings it in at the 12. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he rocks the tackler. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
1st down, ball at the 36. They go to Barkley again. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he'll go down here at the 16. 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Cut near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Hurts now from the gun. And he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles stretch it to a 2-score game in the 4th. Dallas Goedert the touchdown! They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. Putting the body on the line for his team. All right, Brock, they win empty. We all expected a pass was coming, and they do indeed go to the air and connect on that strike for 2.
Yeah, once you empty that backfield, it does certainly, Kate, alert that defense to pass. And then it comes down to disguise. It comes down to timing, especially on a 2-point with everything condensed. Well done by that offense to go get 2.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. First and 10 now from the 30. First down, here's Dak. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ferguson there to bring it in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 5. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Dak now from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Dak. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Looking for George Pickens that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Well, I know some old-school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a first down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. Know how valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
First and 10 now from the 30. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles feeling good with a 14-point advantage. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. A tight end in motion now. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's tackled for a short gain. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. The Eagles are in punt formation. Braden Mann will kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. New series coming up following the punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. Hits his running back. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Second and 3 now. Prescott here from the gun. Has some daylight through the 40. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. 1st and 10, Prescott. Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Working inside the red zone. And he's got it. Touchdown! But there's a flag down. Might be defensive, though. I think this touchdown should stand. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Ooh, their comeback hopes are dwindling by the second, but any path to victory starts with a successful onside try here. And the Eagles are able to recover, and that should just about do it for us here. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.